Hey, I'm Karen Rasponi. I'm in your online kinesiology 220 on V84, I think, class. And today we're going to work on moving a victim. So a lot of the first part is going to be very similar to what we've done in the past. You're of course going to have to check with the victim for responsiveness, check their injuries, determine whether you have any possibility of getting bodily fluids on you to determine whether you need to wear gloves, and all of these sort of checks that we've been talking about in the past. But one thing to note when moving a victim is that you should never actually move the victim until the car that's picking them up, be it an ambulance or somebody else driving them to the hospital, until that car is there, you don't want to move to the victim unless there's an immediate danger. So, if there's a fire, if there are explosives, if there's no way to get them away from hazards without physically moving them, those are really the only reasons that you should move the victim with their car not having arrived yet. So in this case, we're gonna assume that Logan here has broken his ankle or hurt his ankle in some way. So if this were the case, maybe it's an open wound, there's blood, so I would make sure to put on my gloves. Following that, what I would have to do is actually tend to the ankle. So I'm not physically going to wrap it, but you would have to wrap his ankle with the bandaging, basically what we learned previously. And then following that, I would move him, let's say, to the car that's coming to pick him up. So if it's just his ankle, he can still hop on one foot. So it's not like I have to physically pick him up and carry him. But what we would do is we would basically do like a one-arm crutch. So we would act like this, and then I would kind of walk him, hobble him-ish. So you would kind of one-arm crutch them over to where they need to be, make sure that they're okay and they're getting into the vehicle properly, and make sure you stay until that point that they're picked up. Never abandon them. Never just assume that they're okay. Make sure you talk to whoever it is about what happened, all that you know. Tell them everything that you did to assess the wound with bandaging or with whatever you happen to use. And keep them all updated. And then past that, you may have to do a little bit of cleanup, as we've discussed before, with gloves or anything regarding the bandaging. Any trash that you've created, you will have to dispose of properly after moving and tending to your victim. So, once again, to clean up, we just take off our gloves with our 4-step process, and we're going to end with our gloves and any other contaminated materials in a bag to be properly disposed of later, so you don't pass on any illnesses or diseases or anything along the line. So that is how to one-arm crutch a person into an ambulance when they are hurt and at some sort of crime scene or anything, or crash scene or anything like that. That's pretty much it.